Hi guys, this is episode number 8. So here I am in real estate. Now I have built up real estate to the point that I started seeing the profit. One thing I will tell you about real estate, that you do not, even if you have 4 or 5 houses, you don't start seeing profit in real estate until you build up a big amount, a big chunk. You will see a little bit of the profits here and there, but usually what happens, that expense come out. So I started building up real estate. So make sure whenever you do real estate, well, let me give you an example, then it will make more sense. If you have a real estate worth, let's say $100,000 house, you make sure that you always keep at least $5,000 to $8,000, 5% to 8% always in your bank as an emergency money. You never know what's gonna go wrong. You never know whether you have a best friend in the world, he might or she might not be able to pay the rent next day or next month. Then what you gonna do? Or the water heater goes out, or the roof leaks, or your furnace blows up, or something happens. So you wanna make sure that 5 to 8%, you're good if you keep the $10,000, 10% as a surplus money to take care of those unexpected expenses, but a 5 to 8% would do it. So make sure that you have always surplus money, otherwise you are going to have a problem. And you also make sure that you don't depend on the rent money you are receiving is you're going to live on. No, because you have to pay the mortgage. So always have a second income, and that second income should be your major income or main income to build real estate. So I always continue 2 jobs. I always had enough money, a surplus money in my bank account if there's an emergency. And also I did a lot of work by myself, maintenance work myself. Now I know the basic knowledge about how to repair things, but I did hire people to do work for me time to time. When I started building more and more real estate, then I have to have other people do more work. Because here I am still doing 2 jobs, cutting hair and also delivering pizzas. I continue to do that. But then finally I dropped the pizza, but I continue to cut hair. Then I bought a beauty salon in 1997. The same salon where I used to work, I purchased it. So I always kept 2 income. One from real estate and one from my job. And now this is not my job, actually I own Hair Jordan. So I kept my hours open. So if there is an emergency type situation, or if I have to take care of my real estate first, I always kept real estate number 1 in my list, and I still do, because that's my bread and butter. Then a hair shop will give me cash money every day. It's another job, another business I own. I still own hair shop. I have a couple of girls work with me, but I still go there every single day. Now why I go to hair shop every day still? Because that's my place where I enjoy interacting with, because you gotta have social connection. And what actually the hair shop does actually is it complements both business and real estate. There I meet a lot of students and students at my houses. So I started building real estate. Then I realized after building real estate to the point, double digits, more than double digits. No, double digits, not more than double digits. Then I realized that it was just too much for me, having 2 jobs or 2 businesses full time. And here I am. But I had tons of energy. So I continued to build. Now what I started doing that, and this is what you should do it too, if you build a business, make sure you don't have too much debt. Because too much debt will keep you up at night. Anything can go wrong anytime with real estate. So my strategy was, and I would recommend everybody that is strategy, if you buy, hold, buy, renovate, hold, and rent. Why you want to do buy, renovate, hold, and rent? The reason it is what I'm talking about here, buy a property, renovate a property. Why you want to renovate a property right away? Because you want to put everything brand new in the house. even though the things are functioning there. Initially, I didn't used to do that. Initially, what I used to do is I would buy a property and see whether that property is producing money, whether that property is going to give me $200, $300, $400 every month, and I did not even care what the condition of that property was. As long as the foundation was good, as long as the property was decent, I would not even hire anybody to do the inspection of the house, and I would just go ahead and buy, which I would not recommend now. Like I said, that I didn't know anything about real estate, and I just took a gamble. Did not even hire an inspector, and the reason I did not hire an inspector, I knew that it's going to cost me $400 or $500 back then to inspect the house. So I said, well, since I'm learning everything myself and I know people who can repair and help me, so I will just fix whatever is wrong with the house. And I ended up buying a couple of houses which I should not have bought, but they were producing money, so I went ahead and bought. So what you need to do is to make sure that you have at least two jobs, at least one job beside your real estate while you're building up real estate. So make sure that you have at least 8 to 10% in your savings account. So if there is any 8 to 10% of whatever the real estate worth of, you say $100,000, you keep at least $8,000, $5,000 to $8,000, or sometimes $10,000 in your bank account, so anything can go wrong, it will take care of. If the tenant doesn't pay the rent, you can still cover the mortgage. And try to do everything yourself, because that's where you're going to save the money if you really want to be successful. And continue to have another job to supplement your income, to bring you more and more money, so you can save money and then buy another property. Make sure that you make relations with the local bank. Now you're going to ask me, if the local bank is asking higher rent, higher interest rate, then why do you want to pay higher interest rate? You can actually work around it. Let's assume that a local bank is charging 4% interest rate, and the big bank who does not even have an office in your town and are charging only 3%, I will not go to 3%. I will still go ahead and go for 4%. Why? Because I want to make relations with the local people, so the local banker should know who I am in person. And how I'm gonna basically bring that 4% interest rate to 3%, just make extra payments. So if you have 12 payments to the bank every year, each month you have to make payment, make at least two extra payments, and that interest rate will automatically come down to 3% or 3.5%. Do not accumulate a lot of debt. If you can handle a lot of debt, that's okay. But my strategy is that try to keep as less debt as possible. So this is just the synopsis of how I started accumulating more and more property. I made a commitment that I'm going to buy every 6 months a house, and by the time I turned my head around, in 5 years, I think I had probably 7 or 8 houses. And I never bought a house ever over 100,000. I think the maximum I paid for a house is 97,000. So I accumulated quite a few rental properties, and that's how I started making money. Then I shifted the strategy a little bit. I stopped buying because the business was just basically becoming too much to handle. And to this day, I'm not a typical maintenance man or a handyman guy. I can repair and replace a lot of things, and I have the deep knowledge about money. I have a deep knowledge about real estate. I have a deep knowledge about how it functions, but I would not say that I'm a perfect handyman. So when you're depending on other people to do the work, always remember that here and there, they will surprise you, which means that they will not show up to work. But anyhow, that's entirely a different story. So I'm gonna stop this video right here. Then we're gonna go on that what real estate does and why you should have real estate. Thank you very much for watching the video. I hope you're learning about how to go about buying real estate and how to become successful in real estate. Thank you very much. In next video, I'm gonna talk about initially about 211 East 15th Street house I bought. And then I will tell you also what it did for me and how you can multiply house after house, or if you want to buy apartment complex or apartments, how you can do it. Basic principle is the same. Thank you again for watching the video. I will see you in episode number 8 soon. Tell your friends about Sharma the Man. Bye for now.